Today's episode of the Bauer Power Hour is proudly brought to you by Bet365. Everyone loves to have a punt on the game. What better app to choose than Bet365? Plenty of promotions, plenty of bonus bets, great odds across all sports. Download the app now, Bet365. And brought to you by KFC. What better place to get some food before the game than KFC? Boxed meals, family deals, a great venue to eat, convenient. Get down to your local Colonel, Kentucky Fried Chicken. All right, it's time for the Bauer Power Hour. Yes, we're back. The Bauer Power Hour, episode number 8. Apologies for missing the last 2 weeks. Been a bit of a busy schedule, but we're back. We're better than ever. Bauer Power Hour, episode 8. Plenty to talk about. Go through all the results of week 7. We'll do a little bit of a week 8 preview, and Bauer's better the week. It's all going to be there. Everything's there. So we'll get straight into it, and we'll go through the week results. So week 7, we started off with myself, the Golladay Inn 108, defeating Jared's team, the Juice is Loose 85. So my team 108, Jared's team 85.
He's got the red, white, blue, blind high on the farm. Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. He won't buy nothing that he can't fix. With WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench, he ain't printed dust. He's just made in America.
Yes, so myself getting the win, 108-85. I don't know how I keep pulling off these wins with the absolute terrible team that I've got, but we'll go through the results now. So that moves myself to 5-2 on the season. Jared falls to 5-2 as well. So there's a big gain there. We'll go through the results. So I had Tyrod Taylor 20 points. Big game for him. Alvin Kamara, the new guy I've brought in, with 10. Aaron Jones, the running back for the Packers, with 19. Big game from him. Ted Ginn also brought him in with 14. Brandon Cooks, 12. Delaney Walker, 4. Duke Johnson, 7. Harrison Butker, the Chiefs kicker, with 14. And the Vikings D with 6. So 108 there, with only maybe 2 or 3 of my actual starters that normally play. I think 2 starters. So good effort there. Jared's team, Matt Ryan, 17. Leonard Fournette didn't play in the end, so he had 0. Le'Veon Bell, 19. Des Bryant, 12. Jarvis Landry, 15. Rob Gronkowski, 5. Keenan Allen, 4. Vinatieri, 0 in the shutout. And the Titans defense, 12. So he finished on 85. And as I mentioned before, both teams are 5-2 now. So still looking prime for a good playoff run there. We'll move on to the next game, which saw the Sam's team, Elder Sproles, 104, defeat Jess's team, Hair Makeup and Wins, 56.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fight, fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
So there you have it. Sam with a big win there, 104, beating Jess 56. We'll go through the results. That moves Sam to 3-4 on the season. Jess falls to 3-4 as well. Let's go through the results. So Sam, we had Tom Brady on 18, Shady McCoy 22, Todd Gurley 21. So his running backs there getting him some bulk points. Michael Crabtree 8, Alshon Jeffrey 3, Kyle Rudolph 4, LeGarrette Blunt 2, Chris Boswell 17, the kicker there, and the Eagles defense 6. So Sam 104 there. Jess's team had Cam Newton 7, Isaiah Crowell 7, Jordan Howard 6, Demarius Thomas 0.9, Antonio Brown 12, Jared Cook 10, CJ Anderson 6, Dan Bailey 2, and the Broncos defense 3. 104 to 56. We'll move on to the next game, which saw Wayne's team get bucked 104, defeat Peach's team Pure Melky 36ers 76. So Wayne 104, Peaches 76.
This time I'ma let it all come out. This time I'ma stand up and shout. I'ma do things my way. It's my way or the highway. This time I'ma let it all come out. This time I'ma stand up and shout. I'ma do things my way. It's my way or the highway. Check out my melody. Check out my melody.
Yes, so Wayne Williams there with a big win over Peaches, 104-76. Wayne goes to 5-2 on the season, and Peaches drops to 2-5. We'll go through the results. So Wayne's team, Russell Wilson, 26 points. Jay Ajahi, 7. Adrian Peterson, 3. Julio Jones, 15.9. Adam Thielen, 4. Travis Kelce, 9. Tyreek Hill with a big game with 19. Justin Tucker with 12. And the Seahawks defense with 7. So Wayne finishing on 104. Peaches, you got to feel sorry for the guy. He's got Aaron Rodgers and Odell Beckham. His top 2 picks there out for the season. But we'll go through his team. So yeah, Dak Prescott actually came in with almost 30 points. So if it wasn't for him, he'd be on a terrible score. Jonathan Stewart, 4. Marshawn Lynch, 0.9. Rashard Matthews, 4. Sammy Watkins, 4. Austin Safarian Jenkins with 8. Matt Forte with 8. Steven Gostkowski with 11. And the Patriots defense with 5. Wayne with the win there, 104-76. We'll go on to our next game, which saw Jace's team, Mr. Rogers Neighborhood, 63, defeat Michael's team, the second half doesn't count, 43.
I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. I don't want to play. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Ever since I was a tiny boy, I don't want no candy. I don't need no toy. I took a stick and an old coffee can. I bang on that thing till I got bruises on my head because I don't want to work. Yes, I do.
Yes, so there you have it. Jace with a low-scoring game, but he got the win, 63, beating Michael 43. So Jace improves to 3-4. Michael drops to 2-5. We'll go through the teams now, the results. So we saw Jace's team, Mr. Rogers Neighborhood, Phillip Rivers 15, Devonta Freeman 9, Christian McCaffrey 4, AJ Green 4, Devontae Adams 1, Cameron Brate 6, Joe Mixon 6, Mason Crosby 5, and the Panthers defense 11. So 63, one of the lowest scores there, but he still got the win. We'll go through Michael's team, which saw Breeze 19, Gordon 4, Javarius Allen 4, Terrell Pryor 1, Martavis Bryant 0.5, Jason Witten 11, Tevin Coleman 1, Matt Bryant 1, and the Chiefs defense -1. So he finished on 43. Real low scoring game there, but Jace gets the much needed win. We'll go on to the final game now, which saw Greg's team, Big Cock Harry John, 118. Defeat Rowan's team, No Flag Dockers, 102.
Correct and whip. Give the pass a slip. Step on the grid. Break your mama's back. When a problem comes along, you must whip it before the crease sets out too long. You must whip it.
Yes, so Greg there with a big win, real high scoring game. So we saw Greg's team 118 beat Rowan 102. Greg goes to 3-4 now. He's starting to get a few wins, and Rowan drops to 4-3. Let's go through the results. Greg's team, Alex Smith 25, Dion Lewis 8, Chris Thompson 12, Mike Evans 14, Michael Thomas 8, Zach Ertz 14, T.Y. Hilton 2, Ryan Suckup 12, and the Jags defense with 20, so that put him to 118, highest score of the week. Rowan's team, Marcus Mariota 8, Kareem Hunt 11, Doug Martin 8, Jordy Nelson 1, Larry Fitzgerald 2, Jimmy Graham 11, Zeke Elliott with the highest score I've seen, 39.9 points. Greg Zerline 17, and the Ravens defense 2, so 102 there for Rowan. So Greg with a much needed win, and that's all the results for week 7. Quickly move on to a real quick week 8 preview, and also go through the standings. So first matchup we'll see is myself, the Golladay Inn, will be taking on Jess, Hair Makeup and Wins. We'll also see Peach's team, Pure Milky 36ers, taking on Sam's team, the Elder Sproles. Mr. Rogers Neighborhood, Jace's team, will be taking on Wayne's team, Get Bucked. Greg's team, Big Cock Harry John, will be taking on Michael's team, The Second Half Doesn't Count. And the last matchup of the week is Jared's team, The Juice is Loose, taking on Rowan's team, No Flag Dockers. So that's your week 8 matchups. I'll quickly just go through the standings as well. So as we sit now, we have the A to L division. Sitting atop there is Jared's team, The Juice is Loose. He's 5-2. And he lost this week, obviously, but he's 5-2. We then have 3-way tie for second, third, and fourth. At the moment, second is Mr. Rogers Neighborhood at 3-4. Jace's team. In third is Greg's team, Big Cock Harry John, 3-4. In fourth is Jess's team, Hair Makeup and Wins, 3-4. And in fifth is Peach's team, Pure Milky 36ers at 2-5. We'll go over to the M to Z division. Equal top, but Get Bucked Wayne Williams team 5-2. Second is the Golladay Inn, my team at 5-2 as well. Third is Rowan's team, No Flag Dockers, 4-3. In fourth is Sam's team, the Elder Sproles, 3-4. And in fifth is Michael's team, The Second Half Doesn't Count, at 2-5. We'll quickly just go to a playoff preview as well. I believe it is the divisions are just on who you play. I believe the playoffs is just the top 6 overall. So we'll look at that now. We see Jared's team, and so Jared will be first. The Juice is Loose with a bye. Wayne will be second with a bye. Get Bucked. The quarterfinal matchups will be Rowan's team, No Flag Dockers, taking on Sam's team, the Elder Sproles. And my team, the Golladay Inn, would be taking on Jace's team, Mr. Rogers Neighborhood. So that's it. The playoffs were today. Obviously, that will change. And the playoffs start at week 14. We'll take a real quick break, and we'll be back with plenty more on the other side.
I still live in the sticks where you wouldn't go. In a town of 1,200 off an old dirt road. And a country boy is all I'll ever be.
The all-new Chevy Silverado, now truck month in November. Welcome back to the Bauer Power Hour. It's now time for a little segment where we like to check out who left some valuable points on their bench. So we'll go through that now. We'll go through the first game. So my team, I actually left Amari Cooper on the bench. He scored 33 points. I know I won the game anyway, but that could have been some valuable points left there. He usually scores 1 point per game, so I benched him this week, and of course he scores 33. Move over to Jared's team. He left Carson Wentz on the bench with 31 points. He started Matt Ryan, who had 17, which isn't too bad, but could have earned some valuable points there, another 14 extra, but wouldn't have made the difference in the end. So overall, he had 44 points on his bench. I had 33. Move over to Hair, Makeup and Wins, Jess's team. She only scored 56, so I don't know how much that would have mattered in the end, but she left 2 players on her bench. Jameis Winston, 23, and she started Cam Newton, who only had 7. So could have had another 16 there. And Latavius Murray had 17, and she started Crow, who had 7, or Anderson, who had 6. So could have picked up some more points. It wouldn't have made a difference in the end, but some points left on the bench there. We'll move over to Wayne's team. Wayne got the win anyway, but he did leave Mark Ingram on the bench, who had 17. Both of his running backs, Peterson and Ajayi, both didn't score well, but in the end, it wouldn't have made a difference for him. Big win for Wayne there. And then finally, we will go to Jason's team. He started Rivers, who had 15. Could have started Carr, who had 30. In the end, didn't make a difference as well because he won. Those are some of the players that were left on the bench. So we'll move on now to my favourite segment, which has been missing for 2 weeks. But it's now time for
Bauer's Bet of the Week.
Yes, Bauer's Bet of the Week. I don't recall what I had last time, but I know I'm 4-1 on the season. So having a good year. Missed 2 weeks, obviously. So we're back into it. This week, I will be taking the Buffalo Bills minus 2.5 against the Oakland Raiders. It's in Buffalo. Oakland are a good team. They had a big win against the Chiefs. I think they're going to struggle, though, on the road against Buffalo. Buffalo have a good defense. I think they're going to give the Raiders a few problems. And I think the Bills win by maybe a touchdown. So Bills minus 2.5 for Bauer's Bet of the Week. That's the line at the moment, so see if you can get that. Bills minus 2.5 for Bauer's Bet of the Week. Alrighty, it's time for a bit of a quick rundown, I guess, of all the Week 7 games. So I'll go through all the games and my thoughts on them. Raiders Chiefs on the Friday game, Thursday Night Football. I was in the process of moving place, so I only saw bits and pieces of it. Crazy game. Raiders with the clutch win at the end. Bit of controversy with that call, but either way, Raiders with a real big win there, 31-30 over the Chiefs, and the Chiefs were looking unstoppable. Now have lost 2 games, so anything could happen with them. Move on to the Monday morning games. So Lions didn't play this week, but I was actually up anyway, so I was watching Red Zone the whole morning. Got a glimpse of all the games. So Vikings, they were beating the Ravens pretty good. The Ravens came back a little bit, but Vikings, with the 24-16 win. Packers Saints. I know Packers obviously don't have Rodgers, but Saints, their run game's starting to look really good with Kamara and Ingram. Breeze obviously still a beast, and their defense is actually starting to step up a little bit. So the Saints with a big win over the Packers there. They're actually top in the NFC South now. Dolphins Jets was just crazy. Jets blew another 14-point lead. They're a bit of a tricky one, the Jets. They were looking at probably tanking, then they won a few in a row, then had leads over the Patriots and Dolphins and blew them. So kind of in no man's land there, the Jets. But the Dolphins with a big win there, 31-28. The big surprise, and I saw a few people actually pick them, but the Bears 17 beating the Panthers 3 was bit of a crazy one there. The Bears, the defense is forcing some turnovers and returning them for touchdowns. Their offense isn't great, but they're doing enough. But yeah, that defense is looking real good. So the Bears with a win. The Rams absolutely destroying the Cardinals over in London, 33-0. Again, that was on during the red zone time, so saw bits and pieces of that. Yeah, Cardinals really don't look good, and the Rams were just all over them. Bills Bucks was a pretty good game, back and forth for most of the game. Bills got a clutch win, 30-27. The Jags dominated the Colts, 27-0. That defense for the Jags is looking like one of the best in the league at the moment. The Titans-Browns just are one of the classic Browns games when just no scoring. It was all field goals for the game. Titans 12-9 got the win in the end in overtime. Real scrappy game. Cowboys absolutely dominating the 49ers. Zeke with one of the biggest games of the season, 40-10. The Steelers took care of the Bengals 29-14. I didn't catch much of that game. The Seahawks 24-7 over the Giants. The Giants looking like their season's definitely over now. The real shock was Chargers winning in Denver 21-0. In my pick'em, I actually picked the Chargers. I just had a feeling they'd get them this time, but didn't expect a 21-0 shutout. And then Sunday Night Football, of course, you had the Patriots in the fog at home taking care of the Falcons 23-7. So Patriots, you count them out. I was talking about how bad their defense was all season. Brady wasn't looking too good. Now Brady's probably MVP favorite. Their run game's pretty good, and their defense is looking like a whole new team, so watch out for them. And then finally, Monday Night Football. I watched yesterday. Carson Wentz also looking like an MVP favorite. The Eagles' defense is really good. Eagles probably the best team in the NFC at the moment, so they won 34-24 over the Redskins. So we'll take another real quick break. That was all the results for Week 7. And we'll be back on the other side.
Senorita, I feel for you. You deal with things that you don't have to do. He doesn't love you, I can tell by his charm. But you can feel this real love if you just lay your mind and fast in my mind. Girl, don't you slow it down. If we carry on this way, this thing might leave the ground. How would you like to fly? That summer queen should ride. But you still deserve the crown. Why hasn't it been found? Mama, listen. Senorita, I feel for you. Feel for you. You deal with things that you don't have to do.
Yes, Justin Timberlake will be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Just revealed the other day. That's all we've got time for today, though, folks. Unfortunately, won't be doing the KFC hotline just because while I'm recording this, everybody else is at work. So we couldn't get any guests on today, but definitely have maybe 2 guests next week to make up for it. So thanks for listening. We'll be back this time next week with a bigger and better show. Sorry again that we didn't have the podcast the last 2 weeks. I know everyone's really keen on listening to it. Got some big viewership on it, so we'll be back again next week. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on Wednesday next week.